Don't worry, this is me just humming along. I don't think I'll anybody hear where we're doing this, but I'm going to at least make the attempt. Yes. Hello out there, if you are out there. This is my attempt to try to make up for the missing Scarlet Hollow from last month. And it doesn't look like you are, but I don't blame you. They couldn't give you any enough of a warning, so here we are. Let me get the chat in the appropriate place. Pop it out, and there we go. It's just me in the dark, all alone. Oh, hey, kind of like that a lot. Alright, so let's see if we can get things moving properly, and I'll probably start doing the recording shortly. Looks like I'll be doing this one primarily by myself, but wait, what can you do about it? Hello everyone, this is Fantastic Worlds, welcoming you back to Lovecraft Country and Scarlet Hollow Let's Play. This was supposed to be a live episode, and yes, indeed, I do have a good connection and I am live, but I was able to give advance notice. So here we are, probably doing this one solo, but if people do show up, they'll have an exceptional amount of say on the beginning of the story. Not doing it this way. That didn't work. Let's start again in a moment. There we go. Getting coffee. Alright, so. Don't you dare start getting red on me, connection. Right then. Hello everyone, this is Fantastic Worlds, welcoming you back to Lovecraft Country and Scarlet Hollow Let's Play live episode, technically, although because I couldn't give enough advance warning, it's probably just me, gonna be me for this. So, we will continue as best we can, and you say having green on my side, I have some trouble on YouTube, so we'll see if this works or not. Anyways, let's load to see where we were the last time. I believe we were about to check out the general store and see if we can actually get something to eat. There we go. Yeah, there we are. I think this is us. Yeah, because I don't think we have nothing else at this point. So, Tuesday, diner, day. Alright. You explore you leave the diner ready to continue your day. So, explore, swing by the general store. Let's go. Like I said, hopefully. This is your first time seeing the general store in the light of day. As a young man sits at the table by the register, too preoccupied with his phone to care that you stepped in. Well, it's just, we're not offering the poisoned peanuts. You should leave town. There are monsters. Hi, want to buy chips? Do I talk to? What are you doing on your phone? I'll just be polite, say hi, Fantastic Worlds. I just got to town yesterday. I'm Miles. You should leave town. There are monsters in the wood. Nope, I'm not going to do the crazy thing. I wanted to buy chips or something. Do I talk to you, or... yeah, you can just have some chips if you want. It's not a big deal. Can Ika get mad? But wouldn't that make Kanika mad? Well, she shouldn't have left me in charge, or she's off doing whatever. Kanika hears about me offering somebody free chips. She can hire someone else and let me live my life. Oh, you are a poor worker, mister. She inherited the store. I just don't want to keep being suckered into working here because I'm her brother. Well, if she pays you a decent wage, I'd say yes. Or if you're getting extreme with the profit. But if you're being exploited as free labor, yeah, I can see why you probably aren't thinking what's going on. They may have one person out there. Hello. Ah, you're also upset that you didn't inherit the store, but you also look like a minor. We make most of our money on bulk orders anyways. A bag of chips is going to make a difference. I'm paying for my chips. I insist. Oh, come on, I'm trying to be nice. I'm not going to steal. It's not stealing if I'm offering to you, but whatever. I'll trade you the... I'm not going to trade you the points. What you doing on your phone? Playing Dragon Ball games. Not like cool or anything. I'm just killing time. Well, do something with your life. Pick up some skills. You're online. God knows how many to-do videos there are in YouTube and such. I mean, just... Frankly, when I look at it, I get, like, swarmed by people trying to teach me how to do something, or tell me how to think, or how to vote. Of course, there's always that part, too. What do we got? I'm not going to tell them about the monsters. See, did I get the chips or not? I'd like to know this. See ya, Miles. See ya. Miles goes back to his phone. He leaves the general store. Well, that was just... and productive. I also got the just browsing achievement. That's the achievement for not stealing anything at the store. Yeah, I'm not that sort of person. I'm not going to let him sabotage his sister, especially as I think last episode it was Kanika was chosen as our canon love interest at this point. All right, so let's check out the library. Oh, yeah, it is a converted room. Oh, look, that building, that picture on the left probably has absolutely nothing to do with anything terrible in the past. It's going to it's leading to the horror we're currently in. You went to the former town hall. It's probably, yeah, this place has gone downhill. What once in a stately foyer has been converted into rows of shelves. Meeting rooms and offices long give way to assorted reference collections and reading areas. Well, at least you're using what you've got. Oh, hey, you made it. Settle in. Shush. Someone put the book for heading over to their table. All right, so no. As much as I'd like to browse, rude. You head over to Stella and Kanika's table and settle in. Hello, Sam. How's it going? Yes. It's been a long period of time in which the heat wave has knocked out my ability to go live, so unfortunately I couldn't give much notice for this. But when we get to choice points, feel free to chime in, see where the plot's going. Not glad you found the place. It's hard to miss. Ugh, God, the zombie dog. Hey, Fantastic Worlds, you look tired. Okay, remember last episode it was decided that Kanika for the moment is our love interest. My goodness, because we talk to animals, dog. Whatever happened to common decency? You can't go around telling somebody to look unwell. You look marvelous, Fantastic Worlds. I prefer honesty, but thank you. Snitch on Miles. Hard to fall asleep. I sleep when I'm dead. Pretty amped up. I've never done a Scooby-Doo before. Kanika, you can't just tell someone you look tired. Remain silent. All right. So, do we snitch on Miles? Do we tell him that Miles tried to give away her food? Because Kanika runs a general store, and her brothers basically tried to give us free food. Or do we go into a conversation? I'll sleep when I'm dead. I actually find that kind of, cliche myself. But I'm pretty amped up. I've never done Scooby-Doo before. You can't just tell someone to look tired. I don't really, that's an issue. So, wow. You must know a lot at this point. So, I am half tempted to snitch. I'm going to snitch on Miles. Unless anybody out there, yeah. Oh, we've got a complaint about snitching on Miles. All right, let me point something out to you. Kanika has probably got only income is that store, okay? Wow. I'm sorry. But yes, I'm sorry, I have to override this one. I have to snitch on Miles because we must teach the youth discipline. Before I forget, I met your brother Miles and I went to buy some chips. He tried to make me steal them. That's a world. You can't just snitch on someone like that. Why not? Look, I asked him to cover the store for one day and he didn't bother to do that. Typical. I'm paying him, It's a wonder he's chronically employed. See, Stella, this is why I did this. He needs to be straightened out or he's just not going to be able to survive in the world because eventually he's going to have to move away from this place. And if he comes out with these skills, he's not going to make it. Nobody's going to have to hire him. Anyways, I guess we should get started. Hi there, strangers. And literal stranger. Okay. No, I'm not hitting on the librarian. Introduce yourself. Let's just do the introduce yourself. Hi, I'm Fantastic World. Tabitha Cousin. I'm in town for the funeral. Oh, I should have known you were a Scarlet. You look so much like Vivian. Not that I knew her very well. I was still a little kid when she left. Vivian's our mother. But that Scarlet resemble it strong. Okay, one of the things you're going to find in a lot of early Lovecraftian books, it's not stories, he only really has 2 or 3 books, is that the power of bloodline. Apparently there are distinctive features that pass down bloodlines, which can be anything from the noble aristocratic brow that denotes his intellectual author inserts, and of course deep one blood, which makes you into a monster after a while. But yeah, he's big on legacies and the fact that people go to places like this and inherit a legacy of evil from their bloodline, which is probably what we've done. Not that it's a bad thing. I'm Oscar Gutierrez, the chief librarian and only librarian. Oscar's amazing. He practically built this library from scratch. Yeah, I'm a little jealous that the kids around here get to grow up with. They don't know how good they have it. Yeah, I agree with you. Back when I was in elementary school, all the library had was a couple of boring shelves donated by old people. You are too kind. But speaking of kids, have you seen Rosalina around town? I don't want to be a helicopter dad, but she isn't answering my texts. Oh God, are you going to have to go rescue her? And I wanted to make sure she's not getting any trouble out there. You know, the crows. The crows she hangs out with. They're good kids at heart. I'm sure they're just up at the Maxwell place doing teen stuff. Stella, you're too kind. Way too kind. I went up there plenty of times in my day, but I was sure to keep my eyes peeled. What's the old Maxwell place? It's this great old abandoned spot. We used to hang out there when we were teens. Totally not haunted or anything. I can't believe I used to be so reckless. The floors there are like Swiss cheese. I should really have a talk with Rosalina when she gets home. I'm sure she's fine. I don't want to think about teens get to mischief. I like the fact they capitalize these with those ditchlings in the woods. Ditchlings? That's actually what we came in today. Have you ever heard of them? They're a cryptid, and seeing one's supposed to mean a disaster around the corner. Doesn't ring a bell. Dang, worth a shot. Okay, if you're like trying to predict a horrible disaster might befall a town, where would you start looking? Well, they say history repeats itself, so I'd probably try and figure out what sort of disasters the region typically falls prey to. Not a bad idea. Coffee. Or should I be worried about something? I don't know yet. We'll be right back. Go nab some more books. Ooh, teleports. Behave when I'm gone, Gretchen. You don't have to worry about her, Stella. You're such a good dog, aren't you, Gretchen? Such a good dog. Hello, D3. Yes, sorry about the impromptu, but I got a clear spot in all the craziness so that I can use this live, and I'm doing so. Here, have a biscuit, old gal. Well, ain't you the sweetest thing on two legs? Whoever has the biscuit, huh? Gretchen inhales the soft biscuit, drool leaking from her toothless mouth as she swallows it whole. She's toothless? Must be an old dog. I'm pretty sure Stella's barking up the wrong tree, Oscar. I don't think you have to worry about any horrible calamity befalling a town. Hey, if there wasn't a horrible calamity befalling a town, we would not be here. I mean, who's going to do a light novel about just a funeral? Getting back to the... Well, actually, yeah, there probably are light novels about family relationships. That's just me that always like the horror. But she's right about the weird stuff. There's definitely something unusual going on in those woods. Did we all forget that Duke's dead? Seriously? Was Duke not that popular? I don't believe in supernatural stuff. A little difficult. Man's already dead. Yeah, okay. Unless somebody has a real strong one, we're going to say a man's already dead. There's brutalizing the local wildlife. Get out while you still can. We're not doing that part. I'm not going to be the crazy person at the beginning of Friday the 13th that says, "Get doom. I think that was episode 3. I mean, issue, movie, sequel, whatever. You know, the third one of the original timeline. Because I'm pretty sure there's about a dozen remakes at this point. Okay, so yeah, we're going with Our Man's Already Dead. I'd say it's plenty reasonable to play itself. Now I'm going to go try calling Rosalina again. I'm making him dad worried. Yeah, well, you know, I agree with you, Sam, on that one. You know, yes, family relationships are so much better when there's demonic or... Well, demon blood is actually interesting because demon does not actually mean evil spirit. It just got turned into that. It's daemon, which means spirit, or in just regular old type of spirit in Greek. So if you've got spirit blood in your veins, yes, your life is always very interesting. And it's probably, but wrong with our character. I'm sure she's fine, really. Rosalina's a smart kid. She knows better than to go around getting into trouble. And we'll make sure to keep our eyes peeled. Yeah, I see the voices starting to form here. Thanks, Kanika. And Fantastic Worlds, if you see a 13-year-old girl with a black braid and glasses, will you let her know her dad is worried about her? Teleporting out. Oscar wanders off, phone in hand. Got him. Just grabbed a whole mess of local history books. Stella sets down the massive pile of books on the table and pulls up a chair. All right. This is going to be so much faster with 2V here to help me out. Got our snacks, got our source documents. Let's get this research party started. Hey, shouldn't one of us be hitting internet too? Ah, there we go. Called it. Reading awaits. Flip through Veins of Scarlet, History of the Scarlet Coal Mines, Scarlet Soldier, Windsman, Application to Folk Monsters. Alright. Honestly, we should be doing this, but I seriously want to do this because it probably does actually have something to do with our family. Anybody else? Alright, so that's my vote. Anybody else got a vote for what else you want to see? Folk Monsters, biography, or History of the Scarlet Hollow Coal Mine? Like I said, I will default to Veins of Scarlet. Now, we've actually been hearing all about damn coal mines, so there's got to be something down there lurking. I mean, this is a Lovecraftian light game, so it's probably not an Eldritch Abomination, just like in one of his stories, perhaps a inbred cannibal family, which of course it's Scarlet's. Yes, that's actually one of his stories. I made a film about it. Booksmart? Oh, you get 5 extra books of lore about the town. And because it is true, a research party never stops, by the way, especially because if you've paid attention to something I said, I was a former research biologist, and I remember when my lab lead says we call it research because we go back over the same things again and again and again and again, researching. All right, so we're going Veins of Scarlet. Forced into retirement at age 50 due to a war injury from his time in the Indian Wars. The French Indian Wars? Okay. That can't be right. If he's from this area, the French Indian Wars primarily happening on the north side. So was this an extension of pre-continental history? This one's I'm a little light on. Just we have short-term captain the Confederacy. Okay, so it can't be the same ones. The Confederation, the Civil War and the Revolutionary War, which is what the French Indian War came beforehand, are separated by over a century. Scarlet has also lost his eldest two sons to bloody war, leaving his third son, Andrew Jackson Scarlet, in charge of the mine. Oh yes, Andrew Jackson. He did one good thing. He defeated the British in Louisiana. And then he was one of the worst presidents in history, and it's not even an opinion. Could be, but usually don't refer to as wars. Wars is when they have larger actions, because they did it all the time. You just drive them off their land. Under loose leadership, the mine prospered and lead out to the growth of the railroad industry. Correct. Once the railroad comes in, your place gets like 10 times the commerce in the 19th century. Managed to evade the coal union for decades, one of the most profitable miners in the country. I knew it! We're descended from people who are terrible. Gods. Yeah, I don't have any objection to unions. I honestly think that you put the power too much into one hand or the other, they'll abuse it. So there must always be a countermeasure. Like, saying this does not make me a communist. It just makes me somebody who understands that we all need limits to keep us under control. Andrew Scarlet built the surrounding town into what it is today, with expensive stone buildings, a bustling Main Street, right? This is overseeing all the elegant Starlit Estate, though until 1889 was the largest and finest feature of architecture of the region. That's the haunted ruin we started the game at. Yeah, that's one thing about that. These guys build a huge place, bricks and all that. They put all their name on everything, and they say, this is our town, we rule it, we're practically the royalty. You either do what we say or you starve. Culminating in the tragic collapse of 1918. And this is what happens when you're cheap on the safety measures. Yeah, coal mines are one of the absolute worst hellholes when it comes to working, especially if the company is cheap, and apparently we descend from a bunch of cheap bastards. We found that Charles Shaw, the co-manager of the mine, had loosened security measures to increase production in World War I, raising a fatal collapse and the death of over 160 boys and men, some of the youngest 10. Yep, back then there was no laws against child labor, and if you wanted your people to eat, once the boy could work, you sent him out. Once a woman could sew, you did them sewing. The casualties included Andrew Jackson's eldest son, Theodore, I'll teach you, who had taken over for his aging father during the bustle of the war. His brother, Enoch? Oh my god, are we doing another game where we have to have Gnostic references? Are we? I'm not surprised. This will be like the fourth game that's ambushed me with this sort of thing. V. Scarlet managed to pull the mine from the brink of ruin, therefore saving the town. Always the one-note towns. But you notice now we're here in the 21st century. The coal mine is basically a trickle, and the town's dead on its feet because it didn't have to diversify its economic portfolio. This is how your family made its fortune. We're complete assholes. Okay, it looks like we can just go through, so we'll do it one at a time. This is Silas. Silas Everett Scarlet was born Eternal Everett Scarlet in 1818, about the time when things are running in Innsmouth, if I remember. One of the 12 siblings. He grew up in his eastern North Carolina during a tumultuous time in the state's history, and not much is known about his life before he joined the Army in 1836, so that's sketchy. He quickly rose to the ranks, partly to his father's connection, but also to their particular ruthlessness. Yeah, but Enoch... This is the freaking fourth time. I feel like I'm being stalked by the Book of Enoch. But the particular ruthlessness for which he had named the name Bloody Silent Scarlet. That's great. I'm not only descended from, what was the term for those things? Oh, oligarchs. I'll use the common term for it, but there used to be an earlier term. Robber barons. Thank you, memory. Robber barons. The robber barons in the 19th century who really did make a huge economic investment in our country at the cost of hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people's lives, like for that particular incident. Like I said, it's not an opinion, it's history. Yeah, but he's also a war criminal, which is great. The federal government granted the now Captain Silas a tract of bounty land, and they do reward the war criminals if they get the job done, in exchange for his services in the Indian War, which he settled in the hills of North Carolina in 1841. So it looks like it was an 1830s war, one particular large conflict with a number of nations, indigenous nations. That land becomes Scarlet Hollow. Oh, so not only do we have the blood of the people who died in the coal mine, not just an incident, we have the blood of the natives that were driven off their land, and we have a founder whose soul is steeped in blackened sin. Great. But it started... No wonder my mother left this place. But it started as a simple log cabin built by Silas's own hands, occupied by his family of 10. You had to have 10. You lose half of them, kids, before they get to adulthood. Silas's wife, Mary Scarlet Hollow, and their 8 children. Logging business... logging was the thing that came before coal, right? Many workers and fellow landowners to the hills, but it wasn't until Silas discovers rich seams of coal running beneath the entire region that Scarlet Hollow was really put on the map. He saved what he could and bought the surrounding hillside at a great discount, cleverly hiding what he knew about the land's true value. Oh. Thus, he had all the resources to found Scarlet Hill's now famous coal mine. I just want to sell everything and donate it to some charitable organization at this point. It's the only way we'll get rid of the curse. Alright, Appalachian folk monsters. Yeah, the thing was, they called them oligarchs now, and in Russia, but the thing is, we should start calling them oligarchs. Yeah, the Pinkertons are still around, and they're still doing anti-union stuff. Right now, Amazon has hired them to do union busting for its warehouses, and some of them have gone into some pretty sketchy security. I actually have some history in security, and I don't mean just like the regular stuff, but yeah. I have some history in security long time ago. It's too much to go into right now, but yeah, the Pinkertons and a couple were not well regarded. Are you kidding me? They're historical. At that point, the Pinkertons should be glad that they're included in that, because, you know, advertising. I mean, yeah, they're probably upset that they had negative portrayal, but the people who work for them would be attracted by the negative portrayal. I mean, a lot of people in uniform are there for the perks and the lawlessness. Alright, Wampus Cat. Large cat-like creature, loud howling voice. Tommy knockers knocking on my door. We're going to go through all of these because we'll probably get to them at some point. Yes, by the way, if you are doing Lovecraft right, okay? If you are doing Call of Cthulhu right, more than half your time playing will be reading books in a library. Seriously, it's like research is one of the best skills to take in that game. Wampus Cat. What's this? Often linked to the Cherokee legend, some cite the Wampus Cat as originating with the story of a woman who sought vengeance against a monstrous cat demon for driving her husband mad. Okay, that's not typical relationship issues, but she hunted it down by wearing a bobcat mask, tricked it into using its own vile magic on itself, freeing the people of region from its evil. You know, I actually want to read this legend at some point. Others say the creature comes to the story of a woman in the pelt of a wildcat to witness forbidden hunting rites. The hill hunters in her village gathered to perform the rites, and she walked in secret from beneath the cat's pelt, but was soon discovered. Sounds like this is corruption of a previous indigenous myth. For her indiscretion, she was fused to the pelt and transformed into a creature either human or cat and wandered the wilderness alone, feared by all. Boom! Got it. This is also one that will come over in Nordic like you all will know about Odin and Thor right now. There's a lot of history, mythic history happened before that point, including, both translated through, warriors who could wear the pelt of an animal and turn into it. Usually wolf over in Western Europe, but it's bobcat here, because therefore what this person probably is a shaman that was supposed to be able to shapeshift into a cat by wearing its pelt, which would make her incredibly powerful. But it got converted over by translating into, shall we say, the popular narrative of magic and women both being... women with magic being evil in Western things has been going on since 6000 BCE. I mean, after all, Lilith, who I go off for about a lot, was originally a goddess, then became a demon, then became Adam's first wife when Christianity was fused Christianity. It's one of those weird things where mythology just keeps fusing together. Her calls of those are great sadness and serve as a warning to any dare against tradition. Yeah, there we go. Okay, Brike, get that particular thing of crowd propaganda. Alright, Tommyknockers are Cornish mythology, which is actually... I have roots going back that far. First, the United States, when Cornish immigrants began working in the Appalachian mines, we're in the southern Appalachians. They're named for the knocking that can be heard concealing from the walls before a cave-in. They're usually said to be warning you. According to some, knocking serves as a benevolent warning. Others believe that creatures take stolen hammers to supports of mine that collapse in orders fortunate enough to be inside. It's quite possible the spirits don't like to be drilled into and will take it out and who's available, but after all can't get at the people owning the mines. They are traditionally thought to be impish, leprechaun beings, but some claim they are spirits of dead miners forever cursed to haunt their final resting spot. Oh, damn. We're going to see these. And the Talipo. I think I remember this one. There's a hunter who lived in a tiny cabin in the middle of the woods, all alone with his hunting dog. One night, after a particularly bad week of hunting, both stomachs empty, his hunter spied something in the corner of his eye. A small creature got into his cabin through a hole, and before he could figure out what it was, he drawn his gun and fired at the thing, his hunger guiding his actions. Bad. It was quick and ran through the hidey hole of the site, leaving only by its long black tail shot off by the hunter's rifle. Yeesh. Guess I'll have to do, he said to his dog, and threw the tail in the pot to cook a soup. Never eat, metaphysical beings. It never goes well. He had his dog eat well that night, the tail flinging them both up. The hunter crawled into bed, satisfied, and the dog crawled at his feet. He woke up to the sound of long nails scratching his wood. His dog was nowhere in sight, only a rumpled spot in the covers where he'd been, and in the gloom he saw two big yellow eyes staring at him. I want my Talipo. A high, hoarse voice from the darkness. Well, it'll come out in about 6 hours. A little different. Go away! He screamed at the thing. But it stepped closer to him, still shrouded in darkness, the sound of long claws dragging against the hardwood accompanying its movements. I want my Talipo, the creature growled again. I'll get my dog after you, the hunter squeaked, his voice catching his throat with fear, but there was no dog to be seen. I want my Talipo. Well, yeah, it depends on your priorities. But let me ask you this, Sam. What's the name of the hunter? He has no name. He didn't get immortalized. Before the hunter could do something to scream, the creature leapt from the darkness, long claws stretched out towards the hunter. No one is sure what the creature did to him that night, but next morning all that remained of the hunter, his dog, and his cabin were the chimney, standing alone in the woods. So who told the story? We're done here. You close the book and put it back. I think we're all done. Let's check in. Alright, if we're going to do Kika's mom told us last night, I think we'll rule out any natural disasters as to what brought the ditchlings here. Okay, so no bridge collapse and like the Mothman prophecies. But not nuclear incidents. I mean, our state, looks like our state history with those. Oh, God. Last thing we need is Chernobyl. Which may happen again, considering there are 4 nuclear power stations in that area in Ukraine, and there's a war going on. What do you think about you all? Find anything? Hi! Before you can respond, a handsome black cat on his table. Stella quickly slams her book shut. Aw, hey, Pixie. You might want to close your book. She loves to rip papers she can find. Well, of course, she's in the library. Pixel, my dear friend, it's been too long. How have you been? Hungry. Did Stella bring the good stuff? Yes, I love this perk. Don't worry, little guy. We didn't forget your treats. Ah, yes, snack time. Nom 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 nom. Sorry if Pixel's bothering you all. Hopefully he hasn't gobbled up any of our books. You should... Now there's no training a cat. You can't stand the thought that people might pay attention. John, that's the whole point. See, there's actually a mimetic predator inside of this game, and it's slowly taking control through Stella's eyes. I've been reading too much SCP stuff lately. You really should check out the Vulcan sometime. He's a lovely series in which he narrates the SCP entries. If you don't know, there's Secure Contained Protocol Foundation, which is a fan wiki about a fictional organization that handles paranormal actions. I mean, contains them, and you really should get into it, and when you get into it, you will never get out of it in any way, shape, or form. But yeah, the idea of a monster being inside of a video game that's trying to take control of people will be right up there. Okay, Explore Talk to Animals. Hey, Pixel, what do you think about the yeah, actually, let's do this. Hey, Pixel, what do you think of the monsters we saw in the woods? I'm an indoor cat. I don't know nothing about no woods. I just hang out in the library, especially now that our house got haunted. Pixel, wait, your house is haunted? Wait, your house is haunted? What? Hey, how do you know? What? Pixel told me. Fantastic World's either psychic or he can talk to animals. It's a long story. No comment. We have been living in the library for a little bit. It's been great. Way more stack, way more scritches. Except sometimes there's too much scritches. Oof. Hold up, what kind of haunting are we talking about here? Unexplained noises, objects appearing in strange and unfamiliar places. So this plot went somewhere interesting. Ah, Oscar, don't get her hopes up like that. Oh, nothing like that, sorry. The floor of my bedroom keeps seeping blood, and I seen a strange figure in the hallway a few times. It's just that drunk guy we saw last episode. It'll turn out to be, you mark my words. Wait, you've seen full body apparitions? Can I see it? So it's probably just a dirty pipe or something. Kanika, wow, usually... And you're not the character I expected to be the arbitrary skeptic. But what a ghost. So the ghosts, go bust it. I'd say, all right, I'm going to go with it's worth looking into. Because I like to be, you know, kind of low-key about it. You don't want to be too much like Stellar. People think you're nuts. But if you have a little bit of an interest in the occult, nobody thinks you're crazy. You're just kind of more interesting. Y'all are more welcome to check it out. Maybe tomorrow night? Yes, we'll be there. Yeah, that sounds like a fun way to spend evening. Can't wait to get spooked with some creepy pipes. We'll bring snacks and a movie, okay? Well, I do let a paper shredder freely wander a library. Honestly, leave Pixel be. I'm just going to say that. Cat curls on the table, fast asleep. Alright, I better get back to shelving. Let me know if you all need something. Alright, any luck with Rosalina? Stella, what are you seeing with the nuclear incidents? Do you know there's a cult here? But how did we know this? I'm curious. Alright, I'm going to pop this one. Do you know that guys think there's like a cult here? Yeah, I did Mystic in the first one, the one that unfortunately the save got removed from, which I was going to go with. But the thing is with Duke actually threw me off of that, because you can say, oh, we're all doomed, Duke. But I'm like, no, that's not how I'd say it. I'd say it like, Duke, be careful. I sense there could be some problems ahead. Okay, but the unhinged thing, I give you that, Sam. It's Lovecraft at the core. Cops also suspicious. Maybe the ditch things were nudists. Maybe ditch things were like summoned. Heel tense and close off. Cops are awful suspicious. We're going with that. Maybe submissive and trying to pin things to me. I don't know. It felt like a cover-up. Yeah, that was pretty bad, but I'm not sure it really had to be in the part of a cult. Definitely. I don't think they're capable of putting in the effort. Yeah, the nuclear incidents. You were talking about the Goldsboro thing, right? Yeah, apparently in the 60s, a B-52 carrying a live warhead broke up midair and dropped a couple of bombs. Boom, that is correct. I remember reading about that and going, damn, another close call. Which, by the way, not kidding, every time there's a potential nuclear incident, UFOs are spotted in the area. Some people speculate that they just don't want us nuking the place. Fascinating bit of history there. Yeah, I knew it, he's spying on us. The first of the two bombs landed upright after his parachute got caught in a tree. Frankly, it didn't go off. At the time, the government claimed the bomb was unarmed, but later came out the only thing preventing a detonation was a single electrical switch that failed to trigger on the descent. Aliens did it! And 60 years later, the second bomb still hasn't been recovered. Oh my god, is this plot going to involve a atomic age nuclear warhead in the hands of a cult? That could do. Right, its conventional explosive disintegrated midair, but most of the nuclear material has been unrecoverable by flooding. If I remember correctly, they buried it and sealed it up. I'm sorry, did you say buried it? Do you need it dug up? Because if so, I'm your gal. Leave the nuclear material alone, Gretchen. I don't think disarming. So the bombs made the nuke made the ditchlings. Why were the ditchlings here? Oh god, we're screwed. I'm going with this, because unless you guys have anything else, I'm not gonna try to link the ditchlings to the nukes. That's a little crazy. Even for me. Disarming bombs, disarming bombs, disarming bombs. I don't think disarming nuclear bombs is part of our skill set. Absolutely not. Also, Goldsboro's almost 400 miles from here. I think we're good. Just saying, you never know with radiation. That's true. Radiation is the gift that keeps on giving. Actually, quite a bit. It just melts you. It doesn't make monsters. And a 6-year-old bomb is going to explode hundreds of miles away and kill us here. Not true. All it requires is the right conditions, not to mention let Gretchen have an atom bomb. We are not giving the SCP dog the nuke, okay? You never know. There could always be a whole underground society of bomb-worshipping mutants just waiting to blow it up. Jesus, I was making a joke. I've missed this. Apparently, these two have done this for a while. right, any luck with Rosalina? All right, let's get Rosalina as the local expert. We can try that. Have you had any luck with Rosalina? Not yet. I knew a teen would be a handful, but I didn't think it would happen overnight. I'd probably head out once on... Oh, that's him, right? Rosalina's his kid. I'd probably head out once we're all done and check on our usual haunts. You think Wayne factors in any of this? I'm actually curious about that. The creep who keeps on coming to my mom's tea house? He stuck up on us last night and called out Fantastic Worlds by name. Yeah, there's definitely something wrong with him. Maybe he's sick. Maybe it has something to do with what you saw in the woods. I don't know. I'll buy it. Ah, that might be points, by the way, when we start making ones that. Let's talk about... Rage of Scarlet. Well, the coal mine's here. She shudders. I get cold sweats just thinking about a place. I feel for the guys that work up there. I could never. Speak for yourself. I love a good crevice. What happened after the mine collapsed? Yeah, we're going to do that. And this would be kind of me more in character, but we're actually thinking about the mine collapse. All right, what happened to the mine collapse? The book just kind of glosses over that. There was a union for a little bit, but it didn't last. There's not a whole written about the past century here. Yeah, the Scarlet Hollow mine is exactly the most ethically run business. No offense or anything. I'm sure Tabby runs the mine better than Charles Shaw did. I don't think so. It's kind of crazy. Still hasn't let the union. Still hasn't let the union in, though. Look, you don't let a union in. A union is when the workers take the power into their own hands. I mean, there's a reason Amazon's spending like billions of dollars to try to prevent theirs. There's a reason she and I don't talk. Okay, bone to pick with Charles Shaw. Something toxic. Wayne seems really sick. Wow, this is a lot. Too obvious. Not sure the time of the mine seem important. The whole town is built around them. Wayne, nothing toxic in the mines poisoning a town. Ditchlings are coming from the mines. That's actually a theory of mine. Maybe the ditchlings are here to foretell another collapse. You guys seem to bone to pick with Charles Shaw. Let's go with this one. A union busting mine collapse from a working calling me shocked. Yeah, it's pretty awful. That's what the sculpture out front was, commemorating all the men and children who died that day. Every kid in Scarlet Hollow learns the collapse of 1918. Our teachers loved to emphasize how many children they had working down there, probably try to show us how good we have it or whatever. Low bar, if you ask me. Yeah, they're probably going to get rid of child labor laws again. You know, that could be the ditchings are warning about another collapse. Writing it down on a list of potential disasters. Yeesh, it's morbid. Besides, it was all Charles Shaw's fault. The labor market is way more strict now, as nobody can get away with it. Oh, you sweet summer child. But you don't actually think the mine's about to collapse, right? No, I don't think so. You had me worried there for a second. I hate to give Tabitha any credit, but the mine's safer now that it was back then. Well, still, what a horrible thought. You never know. Wait, what's with Charles Shaw? You guys really seem to bone too much. Yeah, that's what happens when someone directly causes a monumental disaster in such a small town like this. People tend to spit when you hear the name. Yeah, I'm agree with you. Every place should have a union. Capital gets its way too much. It's one of the reasons why we're having so many problems. We got out of the town on a rail, you know. Was that... They do that, literally. I love that if it happened. That's not a figure of speech. Back then, they actually tied you to a rail and ran you out of town. There's a big mural over on the far wall. That's what we saw. You got off easy, if you ask me. I do still have ditches want to collapse with a dip and that. All right, this one, what do you think, guys? Since we've already gone through the explore options, do we think that the mine is going to collapse? Do we think the ditchlings are in the mine? Do we think the mine is poisoning people? Do we think that... I'm not really... It's too obvious. This one's a little strange. It's not actually a question, it's a statement. Mines are important. Yeah, they are important. I mean, we've been hearing about them constantly, so my literary senses are tingling that there has to be something about it. I mean, digging up something underground that you should leave alone has been going on since Tolkien and long before that. Yeah. Damn. Amazon busted my wrists. I was working in one of those warehouses and they violated safety laws. Right now, I've got 90% of the use back, but I'm still a little irritated. I never buy anything from Amazon. Frankly, I'm kind of wondering if when things go bad, if people are going to start raiding Amazon warehouses. Alright, so we're going to go with important. Yeah, that's fair. They're bound to be relevant in some way. Well, she's got literary senses too, and she's a literary character. Hard to agree against that, but it doesn't really give us much to go on. Just because something seems obvious doesn't mean it's necessarily right or relevant. Alright, Silas Scarlet. So, Silas Scarlet. The rich guy in the south should know him pretty, product of his time. If future generations think, look at us. Look how self-made man looks, a great dude. All right. Yeah, I would like to go with this one if you guys are all right with that. Because, yeah, I mean, we knew it was going to be an issue. All right, so no objections. We're going this way. Give me a couple seconds. Okay, then. I'm looking at my thing. Yeah. It's kind of weird because I have both screens up of what you're seeing, which is about 5 seconds behind in mine. Old money from the south would be great, but he sure just makes it where he was, huh? That book is a perfect example of why issues multiple research centers have trusting the first thing you read on a subject. Yep, dude was a monster. Made a lot of money during the Civil War, too, and you probably guess which side a North Carolina business owner would be working for. Sorry you're related to him. Do you think ditchlings have retribution? I get it. Burial ground situations like a poltergeist is on the past and built in atrocities already collapsed itself. No one offense. Seems like a terrible person, but I don't see what that has to do with bad omens or creatures in the woods. I don't think he's irrelevant. Never mind. Anybody got a strong opinion on this one? Because I don't. My personal pick would be the town is stuck in the past and built in atrocities. It's already practically collapsing on itself. No offense. That's a fair assessment of what's going on at the moment. I didn't. All right, so you mean Oscar? Well, the problem is you get people like Oscar, like, yeah, he was a terrible person, but, you know, he built all these things. I hear that a lot when people start talking about the past, but I'm always like, you can build the things without the atrocities. It just takes a little longer. All right, so we're going this way. This town is stuck in the past and built in atrocities. Practically collapsing itself is no offense, but that's why the ditchlings are here. Untaken. Why would the ditchlings be here now, though? Scarlet's been like there for as long as I can remember. All right, so yeah, I got one left. The Appalachian folk monsters. So Appalachian folk monsters. Wampus cats sound like could be mountain lions. The ditchlings are toppy knockers. Do you think Wayne is a Tommy knocker? I must tell its Lippo story. I've totally forgotten about it. I actually want to check this one out. This is our past. My mom used to tell me the Telepathy story back when I was little. I can't believe I forgot that one. It scared me so bad I'd eat soup for years. I thought that monster might try to dig it out of my stomach if I did. So that's theoretically what happened? Although by the time they got there, it would have been lower intestines. I mean, just wait an hour, monster. You could get out of the outhouse. I love that one. There's an old chimney in the woods I used to think was a chimney to Aleppo, but that one was left after the thing did whatever it did. Now I know it's just because chimneys don't burn down and wooden houses do. That doesn't mean it's not the chimney from Aleppo. I camped out there a couple times and some pretty spooky stuff. Oh yeah, I watched that video. You saw raccoons. You're gonna get rabies one of these days chasing after wildlife like that. What can I say? I like to live on the edge. Is Wayne a Tommy knocker? No, I don't think so. Wampus cats, yeah, let's go with the mountain lions one. Voice like a woman crying out somewhere between person-sized and cat-sized. Definitely, there are 100% mountain lions. Kanika, you know there are no mountain lions up here. I thought you were supposed to be a skeptic. It is strange, the mountain lions do keep coming up. Oh, Stella, one of these days you'll trust us. But the myths are old, right? Mountain lions didn't go extinct in the Appalachians that long ago, and the legends just haven't died off. Almost every cryptid can be tracked down to a hoax or something confused about perfectly normal animals, sometimes both. Bigfoot, for example, started as a prank, and then people saw bears walking around their hind legs and got freaked out, and now here we are. I will die on this hill. Bigfoot is not just bears. You'll eat those words when I get the Fear Cliffs footage of a Bigfoot. If you manage that, I will print out the piece of paper that says Bigfoot isn't real and literally eat it. I promise. Can we get that to happen? I'm holding on to that. I'm holding you to that. Okay, do you think the ditchlings are Tommy knockers? Let's go with that. But with a whole warning thing? Good thought, but Tommy knockers live in mines and they're like the whole thing. I'm gonna write it down though. Tommy knockers are literally just the sounds that happen when a bunch of rocks and woods are about to collapse. Are they? Or are they the sound of mysterious creatures pounding on rocks and support beams with the hammers to cause a collapse? There's simply no way to know. Let's move on. Mines, woods. Rosalina, what do you all think? Okay. This one's major, so I'm going to give you guys a minute if you want to chime in. Mines, woods, Rosalina, or ask popular opinion. I'm wondering if anybody's ever done a playthrough where you just remain silent every option. While you're doing that, I'm getting some coffee. One advantage of these types of games is since I don't have my hands on a trigger trying to avoid getting murdered, I can actually sit back. I agree with you on the mines. We may not be able to get to them, but it's a good thought. All right, let's go. I guess, Sam. Never thought you were rude for being silent. Alright. We should check out the mines. Between Wayne, the old claps, and the town's prickly Belton, it seems like the smartest place to start. Good idea. There's an awful lot of mines-related stuff in my notes. We can poke around and see if anybody sees anything weird. Just to clarify, you're two suggesting we go question some of the miners, right? We are not poking. The marshal so unprepared in actual mines, right? Right? Totally. 100% I would never. I don't even have a good reason to go down there. Good. Let's keep it that way. You know how I feel about mines. I promise, Neeks, we're just going to question some of the miners. If that questioning gives us a good reason to poke around, say, a cool abandoned coal mine, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. You can cross that bridge when we come to it. I am not going underground. I'm just messing with you. We'll stick to the surface. She's totally not messing with her. We're going to be doing it to the mines. Yeah, and hopefully we can find out what happened to Wayne while we're at it. Be tapping herself. Hopefully it means I get a chance. I'm sure Tabitha's going to love snooping. Let's stay under the radar. I want to avoid Tabitha. She's obviously going to interfere if she's that character. She's not the bad person entirely. Alright, chance to know the bad. We're going to stay under the radar. I want to stay under the radar. I'm not in a hot war for Tabitha as it is. That sounds like a good idea. We'll be super sneaky, I promise. I can even keep lookout. Look at us going out on a caper together. I've missed this. I've missed it too. I mean, sure, it's not under the best circumstances, but I've been so wrapped up in running the store, I didn't realize how much I miss being able to hang out with you. Though, if there is something missing... Reese. I really miss that dude. I can't believe how long since we've seen each other. Have you seen him lately? Nope. Been trying to plan stuff, but he's too sick. I didn't realize he was getting so bad. That poor guy. You know, we could just pop over and surprise him. He seems excited to meet Fantastic Worlds. Maybe we'll finally get him to leave his little cave. Hey, Leah, let's do it. Alright, let's roll out. See you, Oscar. We'll let you know if you're under Rosalina. Thanks, guys. I'll keep you all posted. Alright. Reese's home stands at the edge of a forest wall, an isolated buffer cushioning from the rest of the town of an unending wilderness. Reese, it's Stella. I brought some buddies too. Yeah, not so loud. He's still sleeping. Can I help you with something? The woman in the doorway stares directly at your eyes. You can practically feel her simmering irritation washing over you. Hi, Dr. Kelly. We're wondering if you're okay if Reese could come and hang out. What are we, 12? Nothing strenuous, we promise. I'm not going to wake him. If he's sleeping, he probably needs it. Whatever you two have planned is probably beyond what you can manage right now anyways. Oh no, poor Reese. Jesse isn't so long as either's got a chance to hang out with him. I'm sure he and Fantastic Worlds will get super well, too. Hi, I'm Vivian's kid. Issue of Dragon Adventures, nothing strenuous here. I'm gonna be polite. Hi, I'm Fantastic Worlds. Vivian's kid? I know who you are. The way she avoids looking at you, she speaks, makes you feel like you've done something wrong, even though you're pretty sure you've done nothing at all. Reese's mom turns back to the house, sighing. Sorry, I know that's a little rude. You just want to hang out with Reese, and he misses both of you, too. She sighs again, deciding whether to finish her thought. He's usually feeling his best around mid-afternoon. Why don't you come over tomorrow? You can have some supper, y'all can hang out for a bit. I don't promise it'll be perky, but at least it'll brighten his spirits to see you two again. I suppose you can come too, Fantastic Worlds. Jesus. I'm guessing Tabitha did something to this person. Alright. Okay. I need to ban somebody. Hang on. Move. Hide you. There we go. There we go. That would be great. I can bring a side dish. Maybe deviled eggs. Did he still eat those? I know. No, eggs are a little much for him. They don't settle well. You can leave the cooking to me. I know how he can handle. Oof. Yeah. That's the world we're in. Okay, I'll bring soda then? That's not... Okay, yes, fine. You can bring soda. Nothing with caffeine. Ginger ale, preferably. Yeah, it's good for the stomach. Oh, and I leave the dog at home. You might cheer him up. You know how they have therapy dogs in hospital. No dogs. Why did I never? The absolute gall. Thanks so much, Dr. Kelly. We'll stop bothering now. See you later. Dr. Kelly nods in acknowledgement and quickly shuts the door. The sound of several locks clicking into place can be heard from within. Well, overprotective. God, that woman makes me so nervous. I remember she used to be so nice and carefree when we were kids. We always had the best stickers when we had to get our shots. Maybe she's just stressed out about Reese. Maybe she's just nice to kids. Either way, I guess it's just the three of us. You want to drive? Oh, sorry, I don't like the thought going up there without the van. Cool, I'll take my shortcut then. It won't be long for me to get there. You're welcome to tag along, Fantastic Worlds. Don't worry, I won't be offended for the ride to Kanika. I'm sure we're better probably sick of the woods. Either way works for me. Alright. Yeah, so what is it with you and car? I'm not going to ask about that. I think it has to do with their parents getting killed in a car accident. But, major plot point, guys. Kanika or Stella. Now, if we're going to go with Kanika being the romantic object, as it were, we should probably ride with Kanika. Also, sounds like it's raining. So, give you a minute or two if you guys want to figure out which one we want to go with. Y'all should probably be more gender neutral than that. And we are to the south, so y'all is a perfectly applicable word. And Kanika, anyone else? Alright, we're going. I'll ride the Kanika. See you at the mines. Mystery machine. Oh yeah, this even has the picture. I know. Probably is, but it's a lot of overlap. The picture, which one we're going with. Alright, so, good to know Kanika. Kanika is a careful driver, but our old van still bumps on the mountain roads. Thanks for indulging us a little diversion. Reese's mom is scary. I don't think either Stella. I've seen the guy outside his house for years. I've seen him in person 5 or 6 times in as many years. Alright, a little creepy. I mean, we could have a long illness, or his mother could be poisoning him. That actually has happened in the past. It's sort of a Munchausen's by proxy, in which a person will make another person sick in order to gain attention, or to keep them under control. As doctor could very easily do that. That was one in his house. The mom right there the whole time. No one even knows what he's sick with. Yeah, there we go. Sort of isolation can't be good for his health, no matter what his mom says. So, do you think I'm cute? Right, let's go with. All right, we have decided that she's going to try to be the love interest. So let's go with it. I'm cute. Oh no, I hope to. I forgot I said that. Sorry, I must have seemed pretty forward. Sometimes I just get a little flustered around new people. Especially if those people are cute and standing outside my bedroom door in the middle of the night. Alright, so I think you're cute too. Don't have to apologize. Don't get to do it again. Yeah. Cute or well, you're really cool. I wish I had some more time to know you. We're gonna go with this one. I think we're gonna be a little more subtle. For real? So thanks. That's really nice of you to say. We do have some time though. A week if you're pretty long if you spend it with the right person. Heard that line in the movie, sorry if it sounded hideously romantic. I'm not good at coming up with stuff myself. But the point remains, even though I have a week, we still have time for us to get to really know each other. Alright, so what's actually going on with Reese? What's up to your brother? If you thought about living somewhere else, why do you live here? Dead end? Keep you driving out of town like right now? Do you have any theories? I'm gonna go with theories. Don't know, I don't think there's enough information yet to support any strong conclusions. Though I've been wondering if what Tu saw was maybe some sort of mutated animal, like a strain of hairless monkey or raccoons or something. Do you know about the Morgan Island? It's off the coast of South Carolina. There's a population of rhesus monkey infected with herpes, like 4,000 of them. Maybe they ditched them to some kind of Alapaco research monkeys. Which sounds ridiculous now that I've said it out loud. Forget I said anything. Those things were not monkeys. I saw them with my own eyes, and they were way too messed up looking like monkeys. I mean, that doesn't rule out lab monkeys. Like, there could be whatever made them hairless, made weird swellings or altered their proportions. But like I said, we don't have near enough information. Still have a thing with cars. We're not gonna... Yeah, I'm gonna ask secondhand about this part. You took some convincing you to ride it back with the cops last night, even though after everything happened in the woods. She brushed me off when I asked her about last night. I was wondering if there's more to it than just, like, not liking them. Wait, she actually got into a car last night? She must have been really freaked out. That's how her parents died, car crashes, what I thought. She was in the car too, just some cuts and bruises, but she really doesn't like cars and tries her best to stay away from them. I don't think she's even actually going to leave this town. Holy shit, poor Stella. Alright, she's seen someone like a therapist. Good luck finding a therapist in the walking distance of Scarlet Hollow. I don't think anything Stella would go for anyway. She'd like to solve her own problems. Alright, so... Reese. Good question. I wish I knew. His mom's saying he's sick for years. It's not like she's wrong about it. He's been wrecked a few times I've seen him. I just find it a little weird his mom hasn't brought any outside doctors. There's not any I'm aware of. Like, how many mysteries are in this place? I mean, she's a doctor, but if your kid's been housebound for this many years, you'd think it was something you put a lot more effort into fixing. I don't know. I guess I'm just projecting or something. That's rough. Yep. What's up with your brother? He's just difficult. You ever tried someone in your life who just can't seem to get their act together, no matter how many times you try to help them? Someone who feels like I can't trust him with the smallest bit of responsibility without him leaving a mess for me to clean up. Don't get me wrong, he's family, and I love the guy, but it sure doesn't make it easy. Okay. We're about living somewhere else. Yeah, this wasn't the plan, and it still isn't. I was actually a couple of years into vet school, top of my class in my ad when my dad died. Mom wasn't up for running the store, and you've met Miles. I only wanted to take a semester off, help me back on the feet, but it's been a year and change now. It's not just about my family, too. The general store, that's the general store. If he winds up going under, it's not hard to imagine the entire town collapsing with it. Maybe I'll get back to it next semester. Or, you know, online. Vet school, just like Stella's mom. Notice that. You know, I never really thought of that, but yeah, I guess you're right. The dumb dead apps. I don't want to do that. I hate. You'd be a great vet. I've seen how you are with Gretchen. Aw, shucks. I was really into biology in undergrad, and growing up around Stella and her mom made me a special kind of love for animals. Okay, I guess we're not going to be driving out of town, so remain silent. So I guess that's what we've got so far. Again, we started a little bit of the flirting. You and Kanika arrive at the mines before Stella. Stella's probably going to be another couple of minutes. How was the ride? Man, her cardio must be awesome. Gretchen? Oof. I'm going to Gretchen down for a second. No, don't do that. It's good to see you both again. Did you run here? Yep, felt like getting a run in. Didn't want to keep you all waiting. My poor Stella was scared out of her mind. You thought the hounds of hell were at her wheels. All that rattling right on my bones are awful. You didn't run any of those creatures, did you? No, nope. That makes sense. They're probably nocturnal. I don't know if I should feel relieved or disappointed. But we're all here. What's the plan? I guess we go talk to people. I guess so. I should probably look out to the end, a bit of persona non grata in the mines. Tabitha? Yeah, I might try sneaking to talk to her a time or two, Manny. And Gretchen makes it hard to be sneaky. What can I say? I thrive in the limelight. We're probably less likely to get caught if only one of us is snooping around down there. Duty, which one of us going? Who's the third person doing? I take it I'm the one you're all talking about. Somebody knows me. No, I'm curious. You know those cheesy rom-coms where someone wears an earpiece on their first date? Whoa, do you have some kind of surveillance rig in the back of your van that I didn't know about? What? No. I have a pair of earbuds, really good mic. We can just go group call. Oh. Take it I'm the good one going in? Tabitha and I aren't exactly friends. Pretty much all the mines shop at the general store. I don't want to make you folks uncomfortable, you know? It's probably for the best, Fantastic Worlds. I didn't peg you as shy. You've been pretty direct. Ooh. Which one is this? Sneaking around. I'm going to find my cousin. Talking to people scares me. You should do it. You're good. Alright, I'm actually considering doing the teasing things. We're going to try to do romance. Yeah, let's do it. Pretty direct. Oh my, I mean the flirting in the car. Just because I have something to speak of my doesn't mean I shouldn't be the one going in there. You're right. You're good, Kanika. I got this. You'll do great. Here's the earbuds I mentioned before. He can hand you a pair of earbuds. Wow. Man, how many? Didn't expect this game to be the one where you wander around sneaking with some voice with an internet connection in your ear. We can feed you questions if you get stuck, and still I'll give you a heads up if Tabitha's headed your way. Dang, I've missed doing this sort of thing with you. You're so thorough. Oh, thanks. I do my best. I guess we should part ways and start the call, yeah? Alright, so, Stella, can you get a break off, leaving you alone at the entrance of the mine? The phone buzzes. Hey! Can you hear us? Try saying something. Something. Stella, can you hear a chuckle on the other end of the line? I always do that. Alright, cool. Nothing to do but enter the worksite. Enter. You pass through the unlocked fence into the property of Scarlet Hollow's mine. Technically, it's trespassing. We kind of work here. I'm in. Alright, Morpheus. Good to know. Morpheus? Let's talk to the nearest group of miners. You approach the nearest group of miners, a blonde woman, a broad-shouldered man, and an old-timer. Uniforms identify them as Harris, Davis, and Zax. You got a reason to be bothering us? Hi, I'm Tabitha's cousin. Yeah, we know. Me and Davis went down here yesterday when you popped in. How can we help? You guys know anything about a guy named Wayne? Yeah, we know him. It was such a cut-up. Missed that dude. What happened to him? The men shift for a moment, uncomfortable, glancing at one another. Isn't that the guy you all said was, he's gone. That's all that matters. Press them. What happened to him? What do you think? Some sort of cop? Just tell me what happened. Fuck off. Hey, Zax, come on, man. No, I've been here decades longer than you. I know bait when I see it. Let's get out of here. Our shift's about to start anyways. Sorry. Alright, cool. Bait. Approach another group of miners. Alright, let's clear that one up. Your stepping drops, a shiver in your spine, his uncomfortable, familiar voice calls out to you. You shouldn't be up here. It's dangerous. Wayne, get that shit off your head. Stop stalking me. Why are you following me? Do you need help, Ghost? Alright. I'm gonna go with why are you following me? Kind of got a neutral kind of point to this. Kind of, just playing it low-key. You don't have to be afraid of me. Stay home. Wait for the week to end. Don't keep putting yourself in the path of danger. That is all I ask. The fuck are you? The word, the figure is gone. Hey, Fantastic Worlds, you still there? I'm getting static from you. So he's a wraith. Great. Wayne got the jump on me. Whoa, I thought he saw you talking to someone down there. Are you okay? Told me to stay in this state for the rest of the week. I wonder why. What the hell is that supposed to mean? He must have been threatening you, right? The plot thickens. This means we're on the right track. I'm not about to back down. Whoa, so brave. Heck yeah, Fantastic Girls. We got your back. You know, from 300 meters back. I know your mother's find Tabitha. Actually, I'm going to find Tabitha. She knows what's going on. I should regroup. Let's go with the miners. Hey there, can we help you with something? Do you guys know... Oh, it's really out of the ordinary lately. Like what? Sick, knocking in the mines. Weird animal sightings. Weird animals? Don't tend to go on any hikes. Not exactly the nature-seeing type. After a full day of work, I'll seize my bed, maybe a few beers in between. Odd noises? Knocking in the mines? Knocking? Not that I heard. Can't hear shit down there in the machines and the men working. My dad used to work these mines before. They brought in the continuous miner, the big machine, that is. He told me stories about something that sounded like someone pounded on the walls. No offense, Isaac, but your daddy had a few screws loose. Rodriguez, he was a fine man. Odd noises in the woods. I heard something a few nights ago, nothing I heard before, like some unearthly beast. I'm telling you, Isaac, you need to take a sick day. You need rest, man. I already taken a sick day this year. Can't afford to take any more if I want to have Christmas off. Oh, god damn it, Tabitha. Can't be that bad here, right? People getting sick? You a health inspector or something? The boss looks out for our health. That's all on this front, thanks. Anything else? Do you guys know a guy named Wayne? Wayne? Do you mean Sam Wayne? What are you talking about him for? Wait, have you seen him? He's been followed. I saw him just now. There's some creepy stuff to me and disappeared. I knew it. He probably just got back to camp after what I went to do. Hold on a tick. Creepy isn't exactly his M.O. You know that, Isaacs. How do you know it was Sam Wayne? I don't recall seeing your face around here before. Name's on his jacket. Look, folks, just like yours. So do all of our jackets, but I switched Isaacs. It doesn't make me Isaacs. You know it's got to be him. There's no way he's dead. Y'all think he's running around town, creeping on strangers and ignoring his friends and co-workers? Seem more likely that somebody took care of him, you know, so to speak, and has been running around in his clothes. I understand in silence from it, considering what they just heard. That's not possible. That's ridiculous. This is messed up. But who would do something like that? Tabitha might. Yeah, I'm calling it Tabitha. No, wait, Tabitha... No, unless she's got a really deep voice, probably not. I don't know, why don't you ask his girlfriend? Yikes, do you think that? What do you think? No, no way. Just saying, he wasn't exactly the first fella to fall for her, charms. Lots of heartbreak in that woman's history, lots of jilted ex-lovers, you catch my drift. Dang, who are they talking about? I told him not to get involved with her. I told him! Who was Wayne seeing? Whoa, you don't know? There's no way I'm poking that wasp's nuts. Forget we said anything. Yeah, I don't want to be next on the chopping block. We're going to leave it this one, but it's got to be Tabitha. Oh. Bleeping with the help. I won't press you on it. Good. Did I think of Tabitha? Now, why would you go ask a question like that? Are you trying to insinuate something? Horrible woman. Now, fellas, let's not keep researching the fine gently. If Smith is right, she's got a lot to answer to. All right, fellas, I think we better get cool and get back to work when it says something we regret. You're probably right. Isaacs, did we check in? Just as a heads up, the only group I see out there is pretty close to the main office. Might be still worth talking to them, but I don't know if I can give you all that much of a warning if Tabitha comes out. Sorry, last group. I want to try to tackle along last group. Good luck. Nosy Nancy. Good going around asking questions, huh? You don't look like you're from the inspector's office. What about Sam Wayne? Oh, he got himself in trouble, did he? Wow, you seen him around here? What's that young buck up to? What do you think he's been up to? All I know is a certain groom got involved with somebody he shouldn't have, and nobody in camp's seen him since. I figured he'd just run off to live in the big mansion with his belle. Boom! We got it. It's Tabitha. Tabitha has been messing with Wayne, and Wayne is stalking us, or Tabitha killed Wayne, and kind of doing a reverse psycho thing there. Gone with that. Stella audible gasps. The thought of a strapping young man with him that sour-faced bravado is such a lad taste in my mouth. Oh God, gross. As if you wouldn't fall on your knees if a woman to mean showed the lightest bit of interest in you, or any woman at all. Fair enough. Wait, were you talking about Tabitha? Yep. Dang, I figured I was getting into it, but this is weird to hear it out loud. You good, Stella? Yeah, I just had no idea. Anything strange? All kinds of weird stuff happened in the hills. What kind of weird are you talking about? Weird animal sightings. I saw a raccoon with a big old tumor last week. Spooked me awful. That fits with what we've seen so far. That's nature for you, not always pretty. It wasn't a tumor, it was an egg. There are monsters in the woods. You get that. Noises. Noises from the woods all the time. Howling, screaming, all sorts of fiendish caterwauling. Probably just screech owls and bobcats, you old coot. Might be, might not be, but I heard something the other night that sent the fear of God shivering in my spine, I tell you. Hopefully a ditchling. I saw what made that noise. It was pale, hairless, horribly misshapen, with little twisted up faces. Two men stare at you, looking disquiet in their eyes. I ain't heard nothing like that up here. Damn, that almost sounds like a ditchling. Mama used to tell stories about them when I was a kid. Guess it's just not my mom. People knocking in the mines. Yeah, you're asking if you've ever heard the Tommy knockers? Because of course we have. They're old timers. All of us who the machine brought in know the Tommy knockers. What a nuisance. Always stealing my hammers. True, had a pickaxe stolen too. When you heard knocking coming from one of the old tunnels, enough to make a man pray. Looks like I figured out what to do in my next video. You better not be thinking of going to those old mine shafts alone. I could always use a partner in crime. I'm not going to wind up there with you, am I? People getting sick. I mean, some of the old miners, sure, but I wouldn't call that unusual. It's all on that front. Sure. What do you think of Tabitha? Two men shift uncomfortably. Not the kindest woman I've ever met. She runs the place all right. Tell that to all the boys she's been laying off lately. Keeps going around saying, see how long you're one of them boys. All I have to say is a mine that's doing well doesn't go around laying off its workers for no reason. I'm not sure any of us are going to have jobs in a few years. Take your damn fool. You're going to be next to give that kind of talk. So be it, but a man needs to speak his mind sometimes. That's all. Thanks for the help. My pleasure. If that Wayne keeps bothering you, just let us know. I'll whip him into shape. If it does grow, we got a problem. What the hell are you doing here? Oh, crap. Good luck. Sorry, Fantastic Worlds. And that's our cue. Pardon us. You shouldn't be here. This place is dangerous. Why can't you stay in the States without sticking your nose where it doesn't belong? What's that ridiculous thing in your ears? Are you trying to record my employees? Are you trying to record me? Step attaches the earbuds out of your ears and throws them to the ground. Typical phone-addicted city dweller. Ugh. God, and I have a meeting in 5 minutes. I can't even drive you back. Okay, look, I don't want you wandering anywhere else. Just stay here for an hour. I can take you back to the estate as soon as my meeting wraps up. Can you please do that for me? So you lied about Wayne last night. Not only did you see him, but according to some people, you were seeing him. What? That's ridiculous. These people come up with all kinds of rumors on their board. I wouldn't see a word they say. As if I ever had time to date. Anything of dating one of my employees. All people. Am I incredibly strict about my boundaries? Who said that? I want names. Lies beget more lies, and you say you didn't know him. Now you're calling an employee. Which is it? Accuse back! Always do that before remitting information. Do you know how many people in mine like this employees? Well over 100. Do you expect to remember everyone that works for me over a drop of a hat in the middle of the night? I'm sure you think you've caught me in some earth-shattering contradiction, but I promise that you didn't. I need to get to my meeting. Just stay here and I'll come get you. Do not move a muscle. Like hell. Use the ground and pick up Kinika's earbuds. Sorry I wasn't able to give you a better warning. You good? Yeah, I'm good. Alright, so we beam out of here. You're interrupted by a sudden movement out of your corner of your eye. A girl carrying a bundle of snacks pops through a hole in the fence and disappears over the crest of a hill. I think I just saw Rosalina. Wait, really? What is she doing here? What should we do? I'm going after her. Good idea. We'll try and catch up with you. Alright, so, getting close to the end of the season, end of the episode here. You rush over the hill and get your bearings, the sound of active mining fading in the distance. Rosalina is nowhere to be found, but dusty footprints point to a nearby mine. She didn't. I guess the old Maxwell place doesn't cut a secret hangout spot anymore these days. But the Shaw mine, the place was shut down like 100 years ago. After a collapse that killed over 100 people. And here I thought Stella was going to be the one dragging me into abandoned coal mine. Alright, so, I'm thinking, yeah, we will end the episode here, and I hope you did enjoy it. But yeah, it's a good place drama-wise. Let's get the save function moving. Take this empty slot. All right, cool. No. Okay. And return. So yeah. So I hope you did enjoy it. You're gonna list. I realized I didn't do as many of the choice ones this time around. I do apologize for that, but I really got caught up in the plot a bit. Yeah, it's moving a lot faster than it was last episode, and we do have like so many different multiple branches. And yes, we're gonna press the attack on Tabitha because I think she's killed her ex-lover and taken his clothes and thing and wandering around and murmuring a lot. Because you notice that both Wayne, in quotation marks, and Tabitha are saying the same thing. Stay at the manor, stay at the manor, stay at the manor. But if you remember the end of episode 1, there's a locked door in that manor I don't want to see open. So, of course, I hope you enjoyed it. Like, share, subscribe. And if you really like it, down below will be links to Gum payment platform. If you're doing this as an episode, part of this episode, a regular episode. Become a supporter, get doc additional material, because this was, in fact, an addition, supporter unlocked the episode, because supporters get to vote on what my additional 3 if we hit the next stretch goal episode is. In addition, they get additional votes with subscribers to what the next series will be after we do finish off Control. Anyways, all that being said, I hope you have a good day/night, and I'll see you next time. Bye. And thank you if you're still out there for being here. Hope you enjoyed it. On the porn bot, on the other hand, nah, they're not happy here. Anyway, so next time I'm hoping to be able to give a little more yeah. You too, D3. Next time, I'm hoping to give people more notice, but there's also another heat wave's coming up, so it's going to disrupt my schedule. So I'll do my best, and if you want doing my Twitter, this is just Fantastic Worlds, should be a link in the description. It will try to give in advance when it will be happening, okay? So then again, I'll try to post it on the page, because it will say how many people are there. Okay, see you next time.